What's up, Internet? Today is Tuesday. I'm your host, Slug, and welcome back to Let's Mess with 2K15 Universe Mode. My apologies for the lack of natural light coming from the window. No lie, it is 10:30 in the morning, and just the weather has been shit the past couple days. So, when you rely on natural light, it's not good. As promised, Kane versus Daniel Bryan, which is a match that nobody should want to see, but it was a match that was one of the last runs that Daniel Bryan had before, his first unfortunate injury. So we're going to have, I guess, some of that, and be fighting Kane. This was like, what, 2014, something like that? Anyway, yeah, so it is Tuesday. Obviously, Raw happened last night, and as usual, I did not watch Raw live on Monday night. I usually do hear a thing or two on Tuesday morning, and obviously I won't be seeing Raw until tonight, so that sucks. But that's pretty much the way my schedule usually goes. So I did hear that there's going to be a rematch, which is kind of expected, between Ambrose and Rollins, and it'll be a ladder match, so that, could potentially be really good, but obviously I would expect, interference, much like we had in the match at the Chamber. And obviously the reason you're going to have Ambrose again is because you are killing time until Lesnar comes back, and obviously Lesnar's, that's already known, that's already happening. Now, would it have been nice as a surprise? Sure, but at the end of the day, the fact remains that you gotta sell tickets. You need to fucking grapple you. You need to sell tickets and bump ratings. And how you do that is by letting the entire world know that Lesnar is coming back. So what's interesting about that is that it seems like he's working a bunch more dates in a concentrated time frame, and it's like he's gonna be on Raw every week. And now, is he going to be on Raw just bouncing as Paul Heyman talks every week? Like, I'm not entirely sure what, I don't see him working matches on Raw, obviously. Perhaps doing some beat-up stuff or some chasing stuff on Rollins, but in terms of actually, having a match, there was that teaser with Jericho that, obviously it was not much of a match, about, 15 seconds, but stop dodging me, Kane. Haha! Haha! Yeah, so, that remains to be seen how they're gonna handle, Lesnar. But that does make the summer more exciting, because, regardless of what you might think about Brock himself, he certainly brings that big fight feel when he is around. And so it has been an effective use of Lesnar as a... It's been an effective use of him on a limited schedule. So you feel like it's a big... Really? Rope break? So you feel like it's a big deal when he shows up. Which, ideally you'd have everybody seem like a big deal all the time, but that's unfortunately not the nature of the business as it currently stands. I'm just gonna pin you, Kane. I'm just gonna pin you. That's it. I'm kind of upset that my yes lock was broken by a rope break right here, right on the yes lock, and his foot. Obviously, that was a good call by the ref. His foot was under the rope, but I'm going to do that old Bret Hart elbow and then just pin him, because who cares? And move on to the main event of main event. Oh, they're going to shake hands? Isn't that special? I mean, they were a tag team for a long time. They were Team Hell No. So certainly they should get along at least a little bit. In any event, moving on to the next event, the main event of main event, which is Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and it's funny how Roman Reigns is doing so much better as Dean Ambrose's buddy. Like, they're not having him... Like, obviously, he's in Money in the Bank, and the fact that he's the guy with the biggest rocket attached to him being in that match means, guess what? Roman Reigns is going to win Money in the Bank, you guys. I don't see it being anybody else. Certainly not, you know, Kofi Kingston. Come on. So I don't know if it's allergies or what. I keep sneezing, so I have to cut out my sneezes because they're loud and obnoxious. And it's not good for the audio, but unfortunate that don't know if it's allergies or just I need to like dust in here or something. I don't know, but it's driving me nuts. And so this is obviously Shield Ambrose and Shield Reigns, which is so far removed from where they are right now. Sure, I could go and, you know, actually go get the addition, like the updated costumes in the community creations. I could do that, or I could just wait until next year's game. Like, it's not that big of a deal to me anyway. And to be fair, you only get 25 slots. So if you just wanted to, hey, I need an additional costume, that's one of your 25 slots, which sucks. But what are you gonna do?
Did you see what just happened? No, I've been in this business a long time, and I'll admit, I've never seen anyone.
So yeah, it's funny how him being Ambrose's buddy and coming to save the day is gonna get him a lot more cheers. Whoa! Than what he was doing when he was just getting booed. People just didn't want to see him. They're like, no, go away, Reigns. We know you're the chosen one. That you're basically the literal version of what Seth Rollins' character is supposed to be, was literally Roman Reigns. So, I don't know. You're not going to see these guys on main event having a match. Come on now. That is a Raw or SmackDown match. So, my theory, my current theory, and I will certainly mention this when I do, I guess, my Money in the Bank predictions in like a week and a half, because that's happening so goddamn soon, is that I think that Reigns, I mean, it's pretty obvious that Reigns is going to win the Money in the Bank. And so, I don't see Ambrose winning the title at Money in the Bank, because that's just, I just don't see it happening. I think there'll be some additional shenanigans, ladder match, blah, blah, blah. You know, these things happen. And so, obviously we have the returning Lesnar, and that's why you keep the belt on Rollins, is because you want Lesnar in that chase, right? So you have him in that chase, and then you have Reigns win Money in the Bank. Dirty Deeds, the original Dirty Deeds. And then so at SummerSlam, your main event is that Lesnar has finally caught up with Rollins. He finally is able to put him in get him into a match by hook or by crook. And during that match, wouldn't you know, here comes Roman Reigns to cash in his Money in the Bank, therefore making the SummerSlam main event a triple threat match, much how you had the end of WrestleMania, having the whole thing come full circle. Now, I don't know who wins that, but I think that's the way they're going to end up booking it. So, that might be a little too on the nose, you know, might be a little too common sense, but sometimes the things that make the most sense are the things that are going to work, you know? Like, yeah, it makes sense in a lot of ways, but also it works. Like, I think the crowd, when that moment happens, the crowd will be totally like, oh my god, this is as Mania, this is fucking amazing, because everyone knows how amazing that stuff was at Mania. So, I think that's kind of the way that they're going to end up going with it, or at least I hope that is the way that they're going to end up going with it. So, certainly, if that happens, you heard it here first. Although, obviously, you probably already heard that theory elsewhere, but, I don't know. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Obviously, that could all change if Ambrose wins the belt, but I don't think They're gonna have Ambrose. Like, Ambrose is kind of just keeping these matches, you know, he's keeping the contender spot warm because we know that Lesnar's coming back. And when Lesnar comes back, you're gonna want to have Rollins as the champion because he's gonna want his vengeance on the belt, on the loss that he never actually got pinned for. And that's what they're gonna go. That's gonna be the whole angle. I never got pinned, and then I got suspended, and this is bullshit on Brock Lesnar. Now, how much of that we're gonna have in terms of, you know, face heel stuff? Obviously, you're gonna have Lesnar as a returning face. What's the next event button? What's the button for it? Calendar. You know, can I just... What? What is happening? Main event. Yes. Alright, here's the upcoming things for this show, I guess, that we may have... I might just do the ones that had the rivalries, so actually will have, like, you know, some kind of a cutscene deal, and these kind of, just kind of matches. And we already had, we already simulated Tyson Kidd and Big Show, and Tyson Kidd won, so perhaps I'll actually have that match, and see how it plays out on my end. But these are your other... I'm not doing tag team matches. Holla holla! It's a tag team match, player. Anyway, that's going to do it for today for Let's Mess With 2K15 Universe Mode for the PS4. And as always, I am your host, Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. Watch my other videos, maybe, because there's a lot of them. And I'll see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.